What's up everybody, my name is Bobby and today I've got a real quick video for you guys. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Ocean Band for the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, to kind of backtrack and preface a little bit, I just got back from a trip to Hawaii actually, which I went to at the beginning of October. Unbelievable experience, such a great place. But anyway, the reason I mentioned that is because when I was leaving to go to Hawaii, I was thinking to myself, Apple's released these 3 new bands for the Apple Watch Ultra. I've only gotten a chance to try the Alpine Loop, being that that's the one that came with my Apple Watch. And considering I'm going to be in the ocean a lot, I figured it'd be cool to pick up the Ocean Band and go ahead and use that as my watch band while I was swimming around out there. And also kind of use this as a time to get a better idea and look at the, new oceany features for the Apple Watch Ultra. I am in no way a diver or anything like that. This is going to be more of a review from the perspective of just kind of like a novice enthusiast, I would say. At least an Apple enthusiast. And so if you're looking for kind of like a scuba diver's review of it, this is not the video for you. But from the perspective of somebody who just wanted to try the new Apple Band in the ocean, I've got a couple things to say about it. So starting off with the design, I really like the way it looks. It's got this kind of rigid, textured look to it, and it has these kind of drilled out tubes, if you will, throughout the band itself, which you can use to tighten it essentially, which I'll touch on in a moment. As far as the plastic, it's bendable at the joints of those different tubes, but it's a very rigid kind of rubbery, I don't want to say plastic. I don't know if it's plastic or rubber, but it is very rigid at the same time being flexible. It's kind of hard to explain, but maybe go to an Apple store and just get it in your hand and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's definitely kind of chunky too. I would say the band itself is a little thick, and when you kind of snap it on, it does kind of bulge out a little bit, but the Apple Watch Ultra itself is quite a bulky watch in general. So if you like the watch itself, you'll probably like the way that this band looks. The actual part that slides into the Apple Watch, it's going to be this white plastic, same material. One thing that I noticed that actually kind of bugged me a little bit is the little keeper that you normally press the button on the bottom to slide the strap in and out. After a couple days, I noticed that there was starting to be some like abrasion on that one little piece, and it made it much harder to actually slide the watch band in. I almost have to like press it down with my nail and then let it slide in before it locks into place. It won't just slide over. I don't know if that's like the salt from the seawater kind of creating some sort of abrasion, or I don't know what caused that. I didn't do anything abnormal with it, but it definitely has, shown wear in that little one place very quickly with very minimal use. So that was something that I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of. I'm interested. I'll probably take it into the Apple Store and see if they might replace it, because that feels like something that should be covered under Apple's 1-year warranty. As for the keeper for the watch, the part that you kind of slide the watch band into and choose the right length and then kind of tuck it into this end piece right here. Both of those are made out of the same titanium that the watch is made out of, so it matches very nicely. And one of the nice things about that last keeper is you actually can pull it and then adjust it accordingly and move it to the place that you want it to be. So if you've got a big wrist and you only need a tiny little keeper, you can have it be closer towards you. Or if you've got a tiny wrist and you want to strap it all the way across, you can choose where you want that to be, which I thought was a really nice design, and that piece works very well. It's easy to remove and connect once you kind of look at the instructions and see how it's done. Another thing too that I noticed, which I thought was kind of interesting, but because of those tubes that are, along the entire band, when I would be in the ocean and I would get out, I would go lay out kind of on my towel or whatever it was, I would notice the water kind of stays in those tubes for a while. And then I would move my arm one way and I would feel a bunch of water drops coming down my arm. Kind of weird, but what are you gonna do? It's not like a deal breaker or anything, but it's just something odd that I did notice. And honestly, it works really well in tandem with the watch. The Ultra is awesome in being able to see the water temperature when you dive into the water, and it'll show you the depth that you go to, the ability, you know, when you're doing workouts. It's overall like a really, really sleek package. And I thought the Apple Watch Ultra is probably the first watch that I, you know, spent a lot of time in the water with and didn't worry about it at all. Another thing too that I thought was kind of interesting is like when I would get out of the water, around the bezel of the Apple Watch Ultra, you would kind of start to see this like salt water residue around the outside of it. And it didn't mess anything up, but you were able to wipe it off immediately, but it did kind of collect a weird residue around the outside. But you know, I guess diving back though into the band, all in all, I think it's a really great band. I like the different colors it comes with. Is it worth $100? I mean, for a novice, kind of someone in my shoes that's not really a diver, or it's not the market that this is intended for, honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, it's a cool band, but I don't think it's like $100 cool. So unless you just really like the look of it, I mean, I don't know, maybe pass. I don't know. It's up to you. It's your personal preference. I personally like the way it looks. I think it serves its purpose well. I just don't know if it serves at $100 well. So that's my take. If you have any questions, leave a comment down in the description below, and stay tuned for more Apple coverage. And until next time, peace.